Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, even though Valentine's Day has come and gone, and we're into a new month and the beginning of spring, I thought it would be interesting to, especially if we're dreaming about perhaps new relationships or the blossoming of a current relationship. I thought it would be interesting to look at what to look for in terms of whether it's actual love that's going to last or just lust, which can pass. So, under the theory of continuity, what we experience during the day will often turn up in our dreams because it's most topical. And that makes sense. I mean, we dream about things that have happened to us during the day as well as other things. So a close relationship, one that we're involved in, would naturally appear on a regular basis, or could appear on a regular basis in our dreams. But how, when we're in that falling in love stage, how can we distinguish, even in our dreams, if it's really love, a lasting love with a firm foundation, or lust that passes with time? So this most simple way of looking at it is that love is selfless, while lust is selfish. What love seeks the good of the other person, even at our own expense. Whereas lust, the person isn't really interested in the other person as a person. They become an object, a thing to be used as and when necessary. So again, lust is selfish and love is selfless. We want someone when we lust after them. It's almost a power thing going on there. Whereas when we love someone, we feel the need to be with them, to share our space and our time and our affections with them. So how can, in our dreams, when these relationships turn up in our dreams, how can we tell if what radar we're on? Are we into looking at love, or are we looking at lust? And there's a few things that we can look at. The first thing in looking at in a dream, or even when awake, is are you connected with this person? I mean, are you doing things together? Are you meeting each other's friends and family? Do you like being around that person? What are the feelings being expressed in that dream? Is it one of togetherness, of having a good time, of sharing your life with that person, or is there something else going on? Sometimes the opposite of what we believe is happening in our waking life can show up in our dream to show that things are not quite the way we're seeing them when we're awake. So it's important to look at what is the feeling tone in a dream, and in this case, whether there's a true connection there. If there's speech in the dream, and usually they're not, dreams are usually about images, but occasionally we do get dialogue. And if that's the case, then look at the language. Is it a we language? Seeing yourself and another person as part of a couple, of a partnership, or is it I? So is it we, indicating a unit, a working unit, or is it I as an individual? So if you're listening to dialogue in your dream, what's being said? Who's saying what? And again, what is the feeling behind that? What does it make you feel when these words are being spoken? Then there's something, looking at self-disclosure. When we're in love and we want to share things about ourselves, our hopes, our dreams, our fears, share our families, share our history, share our past, what we'd like to, see happen in our future, all of that. And when we are in love, we want to intertwine our lives with other people. On the other hand, if it's a lustful relationship, it skims along the surface. It's like, don't bother me with your problems. Don't tell me about your stuff. I really don't want to know. I'm here for a short time and a good time, okay? Let's keep it at that. So there's very little engagement at a deeper level when it comes to self-disclosure. And in fact, if the person is in lust, that you may not be the only person that they're giving their time and attention to. So there may be some even some deception involved. They don't want you to go deeper and know about them because they got too much going on with other people. So again, it's about what feelings come up during the dream. Do you feel in the dream that the person is actually being honest with you and telling you the truth about whatever it is they're talking about? There's another way to look at whether in a dream or awake, whether a relationship is on a loving foundation or a lustful one, and that's influence. For example, if you were to had to make some kind of important decision or had some important news to share, would you go to this person first and foremost before anybody else to share it with them? Or if something upsetting happens, a tragedy of some kind, of death in the family, loss of a job, would you go to this person for strength and comfort? So, it's about how much inroads we allow this person to have with regard to making our decisions. Maybe you have a job that's going to take you thousands of miles away from where you live. Would you take that person into consideration? If you do, or would, then more than likely that the relationship is based on a loving foundation rather than a lustful one. So, we can, while we want to have a loving relationship, that's not to say we want the lustful bit to go away completely and have a dull and staid relationship. No, not at all. But can those feelings, those lusty, excited feelings be brought into a relationship even after a long time? Of course they can. And there's simple things that can be done. And here's 3 suggestions about how you can do that. And one is engaging in new activities outside of bed, remember when the relationship was new, it was doing things you'd never done before, going places neither of you had been before. So, and to try to use that strategy of newness and excitement to find new things to do together, whether it be going skydiving or whatever the case may be, going to a show that neither of you would have ever thought to go to, whatever the case may be, but to bring a bit of excitement and change from their daily routine. Another is surprise or mystery. Again, breaking up the routine. My first husband used to cut roses in our neighbor's yard to give to me, and they would get upset until they realized that he was cutting roses to give to his wife. So, it was unexpected, and it was a lovely surprise. To do the unexpected doesn't have to be expensive. It can be something as simple as, buying a favorite magazine, or some flowers, or an unexpected night out for dinner, whatever the case may be. So just to kind of think back about, somebody would certainly call you up and say, oh, let's do this, and you're up for it. Just to bring that little bit of spice back into the relationship is a good thing. And then finally, do things that actually give an adrenaline rush, because one type of arousal can lead to another type. That's the bottom line. So something that like I said, something like skydiving or something that will get the heart, pumping and adrenaline flowing, and that rush, that adrenaline rush, can actually spark some passionate feelings. So those are just some suggestions. There are many things that people can do to kind of instill a bit of the lustiness in a relationship so that it doesn't become boring and staid. But the first thing is to have a solid foundation so that know that the relationship will last the course long enough to be able to be something that will sustain you for years to come. So if you've been having dreams about a lover, whether past, present, or future, and would like to know what the message is being transmitted, get in contact for a no obligation, free initial consultation to find out what the message may be for you. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.